Hello everybody, so it's Best New Horrors Part 4 finally. I think I made the last one back in February, so I'm not leaving it such a big length this time. But this time it's a lot of movies from 2014 and 2015. So yeah, so not before like I went back to like 2001 or something, so this time it is properly Best New stuff. So, like I said before, this isn't stuff maybe that I completely enjoy, but it is stuff that I enjoyed or that I think people enjoy because of the horror elements. Maybe the stuff isn't amazing in here, but it still has horror elements that I think people will enjoy, and at least one person, all people that like horror will enjoy these movies. So let's get into this. So the first one is It Follows. It Follows is a fantastic horror about this girl who catches something and then there is something following her. It's weird. It has such a brilliant soundtrack, score to it. It's this synth 80s score. It has an 80s feel to it, and it is just one of the best horrors that we've had in a long time, and I absolutely love it. I saw it twice, and yeah, I just loved it a lot. Next one is Horns with Daniel Radcliffe. This is a movie that is a bit of a mixed bag, but I think some people will love it and some people will hate it. It is about, well, Daniel Radcliffe, people will accuse him of killing his girlfriend, and then he starts to grow these horns out of his head. It's weird, but it's really fun with the things that it does. It may not be as amazing as that I was hoping it to be, but it's still pretty fun to watch. Next one is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. This can be classed as a remake and sort of a sequel in ways. I didn't absolutely love it, but I liked it more than the original. I thought it was a lot more better than the original. The man at this time, he now talks, the thing going around him, he now talks, and it's just a lot more interesting and just had a lot more depth to it and some great gore moments, and I just had a lot of fun with it. Next one is Wormwood Road of the Dead. This just came out in the UK on DVD and Blu-ray recently, and I've really enjoyed this. It's like a Mad Max with zombies that people have classed it as, it's a whole lot of fun. It's an Australian movie, and it's silly, has a ridiculous idea, but it's a whole lot of fun. Next one is The Asylum, Backmask, Exeter. I don't even know what name this has gone by. This has quite a low rating on IMDb at the moment, but this is a movie that I don't think you should take too seriously. It's about this kid's going to an asylum. It has possession in the idea, but it's more comedy with the things that it does. It's done by a director that I haven't really liked before. Like, he did the remake of Friday the 13th, the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and did the remake of Conan the Barbarian. This is the first original thing that he did. And it's just fun, it's silly. We have this character in it who's making these jokes, and at one point when they're trying to find out how to do an exorcist, they're on their iPad and there's all these silly animations on the screen, and it's very funny with everything that it does, and I really enjoyed it. Next one is one, I don't know, there's some stuff that I put on here before that has its horror elements but can't be completely classed as horror, but I do still class it as horror in ways. The Voices with Ryan Reynolds. It has horror elements and it has violent gore and stuff in it, and it's weird, and has one of the weirdest and best endings to a movie that I've seen in a long time. And it's one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, but it's really great, and Ryan Reynolds is fantastic in it. And it's one that you should definitely check out. It's with a man, his animals are talking to him, but that premise could be really stupid, but it's one that works, and you know, talking animal movies don't always work. Next one is Starry Eyes. Starry Eyes is a slow burn movie with some, I've done a review of it, go back and look at the review. Slow burn, and has another great synth score to it, and has a finale that I really wasn't expecting, which is very over the top with practical effects, very gory. One that you should definitely check out, Starry Eyes. Next one, not complete horror, more sci-fi, but it has its horror elements to it with some creepy moments. Coherence, of these people in this house, there's a power cut, and then they start to see twins are pretty much them. It's weird, and very interesting as well. Really enjoyed this one. Next one is Clown. Now, I didn't completely enjoy this, but I still enjoyed moments of it. Clown is of a man who gets a clown costume, and then the clown costume pretty much takes over and is stuck on him, and all these crazy things start to happen. It has some really great effects to it. An ending that has happened a lot of time before, but it's one to check out, definitely with its pretty original idea that it has. Next one, now I know I did a review of this, but I'm going to put this on here because I think people might still enjoy this. It's not the best new horror, but this is one that, like people said, that they think that it should be on this list. and a lot of people have been saying it's a clever horror list. I've been getting a lot of hype, this one. Unfriended. I think it gets under your skin at first at the opening, and it's not one that I absolutely love, but I think that people, like, still check it out for its premise. Like, check out this and The Den. That's two that you should check out, because on the on-screen horrors, that's ones that you should check out. Next one is The Houses October Built. Now, I didn't absolutely love this, but like I've said before with this list, it's stuff that has its horror elements that I still think some people find interesting, and I think this is one that some people will enjoy. Now, this is a found footage horror with people investigating all the Halloween houses, the haunted house attractions that happen, and then all these weird things start to happen. It has quite a bad ending to it, but it still has some interesting things involved in it as well. The next one is Witching and Bitching, great name, a foreign movie with witches. There is a whole lot of fun. It's about a heist happening first, and then the group of people stop at this hotel, and then all these weird things start to happen, and it's very funny and really gory as well with its effects, and very enjoyable. Next one is Housebound, an Australian movie. Housebound, I saw this at Fright Fest, and I believe it's on Netflix as well, US Netflix. Housebound is very it starts out creepy, has a creepy atmosphere, and then it's very funny as well, and has a really great finale to it. The next one is Dead Snow 2, Red vs. Dead, a sequel that is just so much fun, so over the top, so ridiculous with its ideas, but I absolutely loved it. Next one is Late Phases, a very interesting werewolf movie about a blind man he moves into like an old person's neighbourhood. He's got his own, like, he's had to move there, and he's blind, and all these weird things start to happen in the neighbourhood. It's got some really great werewolf effects and a different take on werewolves. And yeah, he's blind, he's got to stop all these werewolves. It's really fun, this one. Then the final one is a film that I watched last night. Now, this had a big hype around it. It's not as amazing as people made it out to be, but I still did enjoy it with it. It's the Canal. It's got a great score, a great atmosphere, some creepy moments, but it also takes a lot from other horrors already. That's the thing that lets it down. It has a very rushed ending as well, but it's still one that you should check out, because it's one of the best new horrors that we have had recently. So I know I've rushed through this list, but I just don't want to use too many descriptive words or whatever, or talk about stuff. Like, I sometimes just say fantastic too much and stuff. So, just laughing at my own stuff there, great. So, I like making these videos, and I like recommending this stuff to people, and like I said, I've got the motivation back to make lots of videos. I've made 3 videos already today, and they're all going up at different times, but yes, this is Best New Horrors Part 4. There will probably be a Part 5, say in the comments down below if you want a Part 5, and request stuff that you would like me to talk about in Part 5. Thanks to people that have requested stuff before to be in here. There's some stuff in here that people have requested before to be in here, like Coherence was requested by people in that. But yeah, that is all from me today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye.